So we get a long sort of convoluted auction. I have my usual 5 points. This is not actually a hand I played. It's just, just another hand that looks familiar. Convoluted auction. Okay. And partner leads the queen of spades. So, quick word about the queen of spades. Clearly in this auction, where partner overcalled a spade, we know partner doesn't have the jack because we have it. And obviously the queen of spades won't be from shortness. So this is queen conventionally to show the ace, king, queen. Now, as far as what we're going to play to tell partner, that depends somewhat on partnership agreement. But since the spade suit is completely locked down, probably the the most important thing we can tell partners how many spades we have, so the partner knows how many spades will cash. Having said that, there is a school of thought on defense, which I wouldn't say it comes from, but is laid out in a great book called A Switch in Time by the Granovetters, where your signal at trick one is pretty much always attitude, and it's made with a view towards letting partner know whether it's okay to make what they call the obvious switch. In other words, if partner didn't play spades at trick two, what suit would partner play, and can you tolerate that? So, for example, here, since diamonds is the shorter side suit, that's the suit that would make sense for us to play. You wouldn't want to play clubs and set up a club suit that diamonds could possibly get pitched on. So if you were playing obvious switch here, you would encourage in spades because you didn't want partner to shift to a diamond. But most commonly would be to just show count here. Now you could have it both ways. You could play that the queen asks for a count card, and if partner wants to know your feelings about the obvious shift, partner could lead the ace of spades. And then again, we'd play the 7 saying, don't switch to diamonds. And then partner would potentially not blow a diamond trick. Now, if partner had the king, obviously the king is kind of in the hole, but if partner switched away from the king, he might lose 3 diamond tricks instead of 2 if you could possibly set up like the jack or the 10 or whatever. But in any case, without that agreement, partner really wants to know how many spades can cash. And so we should tell partner that we have an even number of spades. Okay. And then partner continues spades. And then partner continues spades yet again. And it's time to declare roughs. So partner overcalled a 4-card suit, but we can see that partner had very good suit. So that is our explanation. Okay, so declare then plays hearts. And then we have sort of a two-parter, which is, do we take the ace of hearts? And if so, what are we going to play to the next trick? Or if we don't take the ace of hearts and declare presumably keeps playing hearts, at what point are we going to take the ace of hearts? Okay, we got a usually third trick. Okay, partner, this is probably partner's only heart. It should definitely be partner's only heart, which means if we take the second heart, we can see we can get a signal for partner. And very often ducking a trick to see a signal from partner is a good idea. Okay, got to vote for ducking because we're not really sure what to do next. And again, presumably partner is going to be able to help us, or maybe partner will be able to help us. Okay, so why the third trick? Take third and lead a spade, says Ken, who's being Ken's comments will be relayed to us. Yeah, this is there's a couple of things about, so for people who haven't seen this or didn't figure it out on the spot, this is kind of a common situation. And this is that we have a lot of trump plus trump control. Now, partner knew that that declare was going to be out of spades, right? Because we gave our count signal. We haven't seen anything from South, who is going to have some points on the auction, right? But having 4 trump like this can really give declare some trouble, and declare's already had to ruff once, right? Clubs, because of the points, dummy has a pretty good hand, and partner had ace, king, queen of spades. Because of the points, South is going to have most of the cards in the minors, but we can still give declare a lot of trouble with our long trump, and most importantly with trump control. So, I mean, if partner has the ace of clubs, that's great. Declare is going to go down 1 regardless, but don't count on it on this auction. The key point here is if we take the ace of hearts on the first or second round, declare can ruff in dummy, and that's not going to bother declare. In fact, let's look at all 4 hands here. So if we grab the ace of hearts and give up trump control, declare has everything in the minors, ace, king, queen, and good trump. So declare is going to win whatever we do, draw trump, and claim. A spade doesn't hurt because a spade gets ruffed in dummy, and declare still has 3 hearts, right? And if we win the second heart, it's going to be the same thing. Declare's hand's good. He just has to wait for us to lead, et cetera, et cetera. But if we win the third heart, now declare has to ruff that spade in hand, and now our 8 of hearts is the setting trick. Now, if we duck a third time, that's also going to be a mistake, because at this point, we've only taken 2 tricks. Declare is just going to play winners until we ruff in. And whenever we take our ace of hearts, that's going to be our last trick, because declare still has the king of hearts, right? So if we take it too soon, declare can ruff spades and dummy. If we take it too late, Declare is just going to leave us with our high heart. We're going to rough in whenever we want, and Declare is going to claim after that. But if we take the ace of hearts precisely when dummy's last heart is played, that's the way we can give Declare an unsolvable problem by forcing the rough in the long hand. Now, if there were possibilities of getting another trick and a side suit, a trick that might go away, etc., we might defend differently. We might take the ace, but this is a pretty reliable defense regardless. And it's especially indicated here when we know that we don't really have any tricks. We're very, very unlikely to have any tricks in the side suit. Then we need to find another trick.
Yeah, I did.
Then we're going to need to find another trick in the trump suit. And that's the way we get it. And we've all been there as Declare, right? When you have to rough in the long hand and the trumps don't split evenly, it's a problem. So this is a way of kind of recognizing when that problem exists for Declare when we're on defense, and how do you capitalize it? The way to capitalize it is to not let Declare take that rough in the shorthand. Okay. We will actually have hands where you get to see all four from the beginning, but this isn't one of them. So there. Look, we got a pretty nice hand. And again, sort of the same situation. We could lead the queen of hearts if we wanted to do the ace, king, queen thing, but okay, so two hearts, book. I have to run downstairs for about 30 seconds. So while I do, you all can consider what you would do at trick 3. And we're back. Okay, let me tally these. Okay, I got to vote for a losing heart, exclamation. No, question marks, capital letters. Lead another heart. Yeah, I got to vote for a losing heart, vote for a heart. Anybody want to do anything else? Or did I lose all my people when I took a week off? Ken for a spade. Spade. Low heart. Heart for a trump promotion. Changed my mind, spade. Amazingly, the only card that will set this hand is the 4 of clubs. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, so if we lead a spade and partner has the ace of spades, we're probably getting it down too, right? Ace of spades, spade ruff. And if partner has the ace of spades, is there any danger in not playing a spade now? And the answer to that would probably be yes, because those clubs are extremely threatening. But the people voting for hearts probably see a problem with playing a spade, which is what? How many jump bids? How many jump bids did South make? Answer is actually 2, right? South jumped from 2 clubs to 3 diamonds and from 3 spades to 5 diamonds. And South has no points in hearts. We got the ace, king, queen, dummy has the jack, and South has no points in clubs. We can see the ace, king, queen, jack of clubs and hearts. So South made 2 jump rebids with 0 points in the round suits. I think you got to be extremely optimistic to not place the ace of spades in South's hand. It's just not happening. Clubs, probably not going to be useful unless partner has a void, but that would give North-South a 10-card club fit, and North bid clubs, which South had no interest in. So probably not helpful there either. So those of you who are voting for hearts are definitely correct. Now we know that a heart is not cashing. So the advantage to a heart, or the possible advantage to the heart, is that jack of diamonds in our hand. It will fall under the ace, king, queen, but we do have the possibility of a trump promotion. So you get a point if you voted for a heart, but for full credit, and this goes to the theme that we talked about 2 weeks ago of building a fence around partner, we also want to lead a small heart. We want to make it very clear to partner that this trick has to be rough. Now, partner's diamonds are probably not good, and partner probably should rough, even the queen of hearts, I guess, because what else is partner going to do? But if we want to, that's the question. Do good partners put the diamond 10 on our queen? So if we lead a high heart, we're not making life easy on partner. Yeah, I guess it depends how much partner trusts us, right? So do we trust partner to rough, or does partner trust us to play a small heart if we want partner to rough? The queen of hearts I think would not be a great play. Now, partner has the 10 of diamonds, singleton or doubleton. Partner should think, well, what else am I going to do with the 10 of diamonds anyway? But definitely we want to play a card the partner has to rough. So I would play a small heart here. And you can kind of see if partner now, hopefully partner will know that there's no reason to save the 10 of diamonds as opposed to the 8, right? Especially when partner knows that we want the rough. So we want partner to rough. Partner with the short trump should be alert to the idea of roughing as high as possible. And you can see in this case, the 10 forces the queen, and that's good enough. Now the jack of diamonds is promoted. It's a good question if partner sees the queen of hearts, maybe partner should rough anyway, looking at that dummy. But partner might also, partner might think it just doesn't matter, because if we, You know, if we had a promotable trump holding, why didn't we lead a small heart? But if you lead the 4 hearts, partner's definitely going to ruff, and so that's the play that makes it easier on partner. So you can tell that the early hands, probably, the theme is finding tricks in the trump suit. One way we can do that sometimes if we have long trump is forcing declarer to ruff in the long hand. The other is to be alert to the possibility of the trump promotion. Okay. We are east. We have diamonds. So if the dummy, just a quick aside as far as bidding goes, if the dummy is not consistent with your bidding as far as that diamond Q bid, which I don't know, I think we have kind of a wide range of experience levels in the room. Using the Q bid as a good hand with a spade raise is pretty standard now, and what it does is it frees up the jump to 3 spades, which would have been maybe the old school bid, as a preemptive raise. So it lets North show 2 different types of hands with spade support, which is potentially useful. 3 of diamonds certainly appears to be a singleton. South might have hid that fact by playing one of the medium diamonds, making it look like possibly the 3-2 doubleton, but it's really shouldn't matter too much anyway. We can cash the ace of diamonds safely, and we see that yes, indeed, partner did lead a singleton diamond. So which diamond do we want to lead for partner to ruff at trick 3? Or do we want to just cash the king of diamonds? Or do something else? Okay, we got a something else vote. Lead a heart. Lead a heart, lead a heart. The 5 of heart diamond, very nice. I like it. Todd, I missed you. Yeah, this is one that if you've seen it before, it's in your repertoire. Even if you haven't seen it, you might work it out if I stop the action and say, okay, what do you do here? But it's one that's kind of easy to get wrong at the table, and a lot of people I think would get wrong at the table. So it's easy to cash a diamond here, which would be a mistake. Even if we didn't have the king of diamonds, even if we didn't have a cashable diamond, I think a lot of people would give partner a 3rd round ruff if dummy's diamond were a good queen instead of a losing queen. A lot of easts, I think, would let partner ruff away dummy's winning diamond. And there's a couple of problems with that, but the biggest one is why do we defer the diamond play or the potential diamond ruff. Well, again, notice we have trump control, and let's look at all four hands. So we have trump control with the ace of spades. Now, in order to get a heart ruff, we need an entry. We need partner to have an entry. And the problem with a third round of diamonds is that the possible entry is a diamond ruff, right? So the winning defense is we play a heart, which we know Declare is going to win, but Declare can't draw trump because we can jump up with the ace. Now, even though our king of diamonds is good, that doesn't mean we have to cash it. It's worth using one of partner's trump to give partner the entry to give us our heart ruff. And that's down one. So let's, let me. We'll look at this one more time really quickly. So partner led the singleton diamond. If we cash a third diamond here, or if we give partner a ruff at this point, it's too late to play our singleton heart, because now, even if we grab that ace of spades, there's no way to put partner in. And this version of the hand is making three. Now, what, if anything, is the danger of playing a heart and not a diamond there? Well, it's possible this time I lead the winning diamond in case spades are 6, 4, 2, 1. We're making the assumption when we play the heart that partner will have a second spade to ruffle, because we're giving, by playing the losing heart, we're giving Declare the opportunity to lead trump once, which means if partner only has one spade, then when we win the ace of spades, we can't put partner in with a diamond ruff. And in fact, we'd be giving away our diamond trick, right? We play a low diamond, hoping partner ruffs. Partner doesn't have any spades, and now the king of diamonds or the queen of diamonds in dummy wins the trick. But there are two reasons why we shouldn't be very concerned with that. Actually, three reasons. The first of those is that if you remember the auction, South overcalled a spade and then stopped bidding, even though North made a Q bid showing a good hand. So with a 6-card spade suit, Declare probably bids 3 spades over 3 diamonds. Law of total tricks, or just going forward with a good hand, whatever you want to call it, passing 3 diamonds, our 3 diamond bid, strongly suggests that South only has 5 spades, which would give partner a second spade. The other reason why it's fairly safe, and I would say this is somewhat less reliable, but still useful, hands with 2 singletons are pretty rare. So partner already has a singleton diamond. It would be unlikely that partner also has a singleton spade. And if partner does have 2 singletons, that means partner is either 6-5 or 7-4. And remember, partner didn't act over 1 spade. Even with a weak hand, most partners with 11 cards and 2 suits are going to do something. And then finally, even if partner can't ruff the diamond, and even if we give away a diamond trick by leading a diamond, hoping partner can ruff and partner can't ruff, we're only giving away an over trick. Because if we cash the diamond, that's 3 tricks. Our ace of trump is 4, but where's that 5th trick going to come from if it doesn't come from a heart ruff? Dummy has ace, queen, jack, 4th of spades. So either Declare has the king of hearts, ace, queen, jack, 4th of hearts. So either Declare has the king of hearts, probably, or partner has it and it's finessable. Dummy has the ace queen doubleton of clubs. Either declare has the king of clubs or partner has it and it's finessable. So really that heart ruff is the only chance for a fifth trick. And again, if you're new to these sessions, unless you're told otherwise, we assume team scoring where setting the contract has the highest priority. So it's unlikely that partner only has a singleton trump, which means that playing our singleton heart is likely to work. And part two, even if it doesn't work, then nothing else probably would have set the hand anyway. Okay. Okay, this is a favorite of Babs, which is, whose fault was it? I guess we need an auction first, though. Okay, West leads partner suit. Partner encourages. West continues, and we're off to a good start. Yep, you're supposed to see all hands. Can you see them all? I think we're on see all hands, right? Okay. Yeah, we're just going to watch a contract make that could have been set, and we're going to ask ourselves whether it was East or West who could have done something differently and better. We got to vote for West already. Yeah, and we got good trump, king of diamonds, ace, king, queen of clubs, so we can probably claim at this point. Okay, we got to vote for West for over roughing. Anybody want to put any of this on East? Or agree with Mary? Next week, by the way, the hands are probably going to get harder. I know that some of these are themes that a lot of you have seen before. Yeah, so yeah. Part of these are not, if you're finding these hands difficult, I know the people who, who answer publicly are more likely to be the ones who are pretty sure that they're right. So if you're staying silent because you're not really sure, because you're finding these to be difficult, a lot of the difficulty really is less about it being something that's really complicated, and more likely it's just something you haven't seen before. And so don't, nothing to feel bad about. But let's take a look, if you have, for those who haven't seen this idea before. So if West over roughs here, as the actual West did, then West is going to be left with the doubleton 10 of trump, which are going to fall under the ace jack, right? So if West wins this trump trick, it's the last trump trick that West gets. But by declining to overruff here, West actually gains a trump trick, because what is South going to do here? If South plays the jack, it loses to the king, and we still have the protected 10 behind the ace. If South wins the ace, we have the king 10 behind the jack, and if South plays low, we just win the 10 immediately, and we still have the protected king. Yeah, so probably, or possibly, South plays the jack, hoping that partner has the king. We win the king, and we still have a trump trick coming. So if you haven't seen this one before, this is an important one to have in your repertoire, and it kind of seems like magic until you get used to it. But by not overruffing the queen, we actually gain a trump trick. Good one to know. Okay, the harder ones are actually coming next week, but I will say that this one is probably a little harder than the last one. And this is another apportion the blame here. This is a hand that could be set, but is going to make. And once again, the question is going to be, who should have done something that might have set it? And I will tell you, this is not one that can be set by force. This is one where what the offending defender did was make Declarer's life a little too easy. So Declarer wins, Declarer draws trump. Declarer plays his hand probably like most of us would, at least at first. Wins a trick, draws trump. Pitches a spade. Loses a spade that can't really go anywhere. Wins the exit. Finesses a heart. And claims with nothing but trump left. And if you play this hand in a club and people were in 5 or 6 diamonds, probably 80% of them make 6. Some of them make 5. And you think that maybe people who only made 5 played it wrong. And it doesn't occur to you maybe that you or your partner might have done something to help Declarer make 5. Okay, got a vote to get away from the club lead. I will say it'd be awfully hard not to lead a spade from that holding, but if Declarer wins, if West leads a club, the play can actually go similarly, right? Declarer can win the club, draw trump, ace, king, queen, play the rest of the clubs, and then ace of spades, spade. And we're pretty much at about trick, what would that be? Trick 6. We're going to be pretty much in the same position. But yeah, I mean, that's definitely a good place to think, could something have been led differently? In this case, with control of the black suits, it will transpose to the way it actually went. All right, well, I'm glad to know that this one is actually a little harder. Face the music in hearts at trick 1. Lead the heart queen. Play trump. All right. I got one answer that is actually gets half credit here, but I'm glad that I've got one that apparently most of you have not seen before. It's another good one to know. And a lot of times, you know, we think about plays like squeezes and end plays from declarer's point of view, and they're great when we can pull them off. But there's also a whole bunch of information and strategies available for squeeze defense and end play defense. So let's take a look. And with all the top cards in diamonds, clubs, and spades, we can't really stop declarer from trying to pull off this end play, which basically involves eliminating the clubs, drawing trump, and also eliminating the spades. And in some situations, if we had like queen jack, some small, you know, we might be able to duck, although in this case, declare has no black cards left after this trick, so it doesn't really matter which of us wins. Sometimes avoiding the end play means not winning a trick that we could win, hoping that partner can win it and play a safe card. But partner's going to be in the same boat that we're in. And of course, the cards don't let us duck this trick to partner anyway. So here's the critical position. If we lead a small heart here, yeah, and it's not so much making declare think you have the jack, Bob, although you're essentially right. But it's making declare think that you could have the jack. Every when I use the word, you know, every world class or national class player here as West is going to lead the queen of hearts. And it doesn't suggest that you have the jack of hearts necessarily. It's actually the standard play here, but it gives rise to the possibility. Because what happens here, if you play small, you really give declare no choice other than to finesse you out of the 10 of hearts at the next trick. I mean, declare could play for a doubleton queen jack in your partner's hand and just bang down the ace, but that would obviously be a very, very low percentage possibility, right? So if you lead small, declare is sort of forced into the winning play. Declare with the 10-9 of hearts, plays second hand middle, forces an honor from east, and then finesses you. Declare's only play is that the queen and jack are split, which in fact they are. But if you play the queen of hearts, declare still has a can still play it both ways, right? Declare could win the ace and finesse partner out of the jack, and that would be the winning play. But Declare might also ride this around to the king and play you for the jack. So the queen of hearts is the play that gives Declare a chance to go wrong. Whereas playing the small heart is just a no hope play. And it would be the same if the queen and jack of hearts were reversed. If West had the jack third of hearts, leading a small heart would lead to the same problem we actually saw. Leading the jack of hearts would give Declare a chance to go wrong. So it's not it's not that the queen of hearts at this point in an end play situation suggests that you have the jack. I'm talking about it's at the highest levels, right? People playing for national championships, that sort of thing. It's not that the queen implies the jack. It's that whether or not West has the jack, West is always going to play the queen because it preserves Declare's option. Okay, so yeah, Mary, why don't you flesh that out a little bit as far as restricted choice? How would that affect your play here? Yeah, Declare should still get this right and play for split honors. And so even if West exits the queen, Declare should play for split honors, meaning West had the queen, so we'll play East for the jack, and therefore hop up with the ace and finesse East out of the jack. And the reason for that is that West, with a choice, West might, with the queen jack, West might have played the queen or might have played the jack. But with only the queen, West would have to play the queen. And one way of thinking about restricted choice is that you should always play, well, I hesitate to say always because there are sometimes clues that lead you in another direction, but the default should be to assume that a player didn't have a choice rather than exercised a choice in a specific way. In other words, on Declare, rather than assume that West had the queen and jack and chose to play the queen, I should instead assume that West's choice was restricted. West knows that the correct play here is an honor, not small. I should assume that West didn't have a choice as to which honor to play. The queen is West's only honor, and therefore I'm going to take the ace and dummy. I'm going to finesse East out of the jack. So Declare should get it right, even if West plays the queen, but Declare will always get it right if you play a small heart here. And sometimes there are reasons in the auction or in the play of the hand, in the distribution of the other suits, sometimes there are reasons why Declare might talk himself out of the restricted choice play and assume that, okay, in this case, I think West probably did have the queen jack and therefore get it wrong by winning in hand and then finessing into East's jack. But definitely the unsupported honor is the only play to give Declare a chance to get it wrong. So good one to be familiar with. I found one Babs likes. Yeah, and this goes to this kind of goes to a general theme about the default percentage lead on opening lead. Those leads are sort of standard for a reason, leading the top of connected honors, right? That sort of thing. But in the middle of hand, when we get more information, when we see dummy, when we see different things arising, sometimes it's correct to to deviate from that. Okay, let's go back to hiding some of the hands. Okay, we open a heart, we get a 1 no trump overcall. North jumps to 3 no trump. What's going on with partners 4 of hearts? Well, that would be a singleton, right? No smaller hearts available, so it's not a doubleton. And declares probably not overcalling 1 no trump with a singleton ace, and partner's not leading the 4 from Jack 10-4. So this is what they would call an obvious singleton. Oops, sorry. And the question here is, what do we do at trick 3? Gonna vote for the Jack of spades, pin the 10 of spades with the Jack of spades. 2 votes for the Jack of spades. And 3 votes for the Jack of spades. The surround thingy. Okay. Yeah, enough of you have seen this one. Now, I would say, I'm kind of cheating and saying, what do you do, rather than what I've said in the past is the appropriate first question, which is what's going on. Either declare has the queen of clubs or partner does, and it's finessable. So declare's got 3 heart tricks, 3 or 4 club tricks, couple of diamond tricks, and spades is definitely going to be our only hope. But if you're unfamiliar with this one, a small spade isn't good enough. If we play the 4 of spades and declare plays second hand low, partner has to play the king in order to beat dummies 10, and then declare has the queen of spades behind our ace. So the key to recognizing this play is that intermediate card in dummy, the 10 of spades. We have the higher card, the jack, also the 9. We don't have to have the 9. Sometimes you have an imperfect surround play. So even if our spades were ace, jack, 8, 4, the jack would still be correct, and we would hope the partner had the 9, which may or may not work. But it's another good one if you haven't seen it. So again, we know that we need tricks from spades. A low card isn't going to work. And the key is the 10 of spades and dummy. Why is that the key? Because it's going to force partner to go up with the king. And that's going to set up declare's queen, which is going to be a problem for us. If declare had all small cards in dummy, it may or may not be as important. Now, we might want to still lead through declare's queen a couple times or whatever, but with the 10 in dummy, it's definitely imperative that we not lead small and set up declare's queen. So if you haven't seen it, here's how it looks. Declare cannot duck this trick, because next time we'll switch low to partner's king, low to our ace, we'll pick up the whole spade suit. So declare has to cover because our jack beats dummy's 10. And now we have the ace 9 behind dummy's 10. So this prevents declare from setting up a trick with the intermediate, the queen and the 10. And we get the whole spade suit. And you can kind of see what I mean here. Even if we had the 8, if partner had the 9, so change partner 7 into a 9 and give us the 8. Then if partner led the 9, that would still, our ace 8 would be good enough because partner covered the 10, the 9 with the 10, we would remain with the 8. Yeah, now sometimes surrounding play does not always work. Sometimes, like if the declare had a doubleton queen, then we just want to bang down the ace king. But typically, yeah, the length or the critical intermediate cards. Okay, and one quickie on the topic of inferences, and also something else that we've talked about that I won't mention until afterwards because I don't want to do too much of a spoiler. Hey, I'm sneaking one more in here. And this is mostly about the inferences available, so we won't go too much into the defense. By the way, beginner, intermediate, advanced, or expert, who would you rather play against if you were trying to get a really good score in your typical duplicate game? Beginners, intermediates, advanced players, or experts? For me, I would say it's got to be intermediate or advanced. The experts are going to do something, they're going to do a lot of somethings that are just going to make your life miserable. But the newer players can be really, really tough to play against also because you can't derive inferences that are as reliable. So I like the intermediate plus. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so heart goes around to the ace. South plays the 4 of diamonds at trick 2. And here's my question about inferences. Which cards do we know about with some degree of confidence, assuming we're playing with, let's say, advanced players or playing against advanced players? Okay, East has the king of spades. There are 2 cards that I would say we could place reasonably well. King of clubs in south. Okay, let's say you're declarer and you get a heart lead, and your hearts are queen, doubleton, and dummy, and ace empty in your hand. Got it? Queen, doubleton, and dummy, ace empty in your hand. What do you do at trick 1? You got to put up the queen, right? It's the only way. You hope that West led away from the queen. It's the only way your queen of hearts gets a trick. So when declarer played second hand low on this hand, and then won with the ace, a good declarer is pretty much guaranteed to also have the king. If the hearts are ace empty opposite queen doubleton, declarer's got to try to win a trick with the queen at trick 1. So king of hearts, declarer's hand. Okay, now you're declarer. This is your dummy. You win the first heart with the ace. Your spades are 3 small. or 3 to the 10, or doubleton 10, or any one of a number of holdings of small spades. What do you do at trick 2?
Wait. He's ducking, presumably.
You start playing spades, right? Don't you have to just, I mean, look at Dummy's hand. If the spades aren't ready to roll, aren't you going to try to establish them as soon as possible? Especially when you might be short on entries. So when Declare plays second hand low at trick 1, Declare probably has the king of hearts. When Declare doesn't start working on the spades at trick 2, the spades are probably all ready to roll. I would say the 2 cards you can place with some level of confidence here are the major suit kings, and they should both be in South's hand. That gives South 10 points in the majors. The ace king of hearts, the king of spades. South did not open a no trump, which means partner has presumably the queen of diamonds or the ace of, or the king of clubs. Now this goes to, and I'll hit this kind of quickly since we're a little bit past the top of the hour, and I was focused more on those inferences than the actual defense. But those of you who've been here a while have undoubtedly heard me mention something called the principle of minimal help. In other words, the queen of diamonds could be helpful or the king of clubs could be helpful. If partner has the king of clubs and 3 of them, that's going to be enough to set the hand. If partner has the queen of diamonds, and bear in mind, we've already given Declare 8 tricks, right? 5 good spades when we factor in the king, and also ace, king, queen of hearts. So if we duck this trick, the first thing we need is for Declare to misguess. If Declare puts up the king of diamonds, the hand's over, we lost. Secondly, assuming that if Declare has the king of clubs, a lead from partner through Declare's king is still not going to be enough. We get partner's queen of diamonds, we get a lead through the king of clubs, that gives us the ace, queen of clubs, the ace of diamonds, that's still only 4 tricks. So even though the queen of diamonds could help, and we might set it if partner maybe also has the jack, or if Declare does something really, really bad. We need a lot more help if partner has the queen of diamonds than we do if partner has the king of clubs. If partner has the king of clubs, we have a really good chance by just grabbing the ace of diamonds, switching to our small club, and Declare could certainly be 4-3-3. Whereas ducking, if Declare gets it right, the hand's over. Declare has 9 tricks, king of diamonds, plus 3 hearts, plus 5 spades. B, even if Declare gets it wrong, we're still not home. Good chance Declare makes this hand anyway, but the most likely way to give Declare trouble or to set the hand is to grab the ace of diamonds and hope for the king of clubs. But mostly I wanted to focus you on those major suit kings. Those types of inferences are available all the time. Ask yourself, like, okay, if Declare didn't have the king of spades, wouldn't he have tried to set up the spades? Yes. And what philosophers, logic people call the contrapositive, since he didn't try to set up the king of the spades, they must already be ready to roll. If Declare didn't have the king of hearts, he would have put up the queen. Declare didn't put up the queen, so therefore has the king of hearts also. Yeah, and again, that's the reason I asked, who would you rather play, right? If your Declare is a novice, then maybe you're better ducking the diamond and hoping that Declare gets it wrong, because that assumes that declarer knows enough to put up the queen of hearts at trick 1 with ace empty. So the better your opponents are, the more reliable those inferences are. But one, as defender, you always have the problem of less complete information. So when you're thinking about the possible plays that you have, the possible cards declarer might have, the possible defenses, ask yourself, like, okay, declarer's got either the ace of diamonds or the ace of spades. I'm not talking about this hand, I'm talking about in general. What would declarer have done with the ace of diamonds? What would declarer have done with the ace of spades? Oh, declarer didn't do the thing that she would have done with the ace of diamonds, so I'm going to assume not the ace of diamonds and therefore the ace of spades, right? In other words, were declarer's bids and have declarer's plays been consistent with a particular holding? And if not, then think about and look for something else that might work. Okay, have a great week, everybody. So lovely to be back.
And that was a good lesson. I mean, God, I learned something there.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah, and if I can learn it, anybody can. Thank you very much, and you're back next week.
Oh, now all these people are coming in. See, look, now you guys have just come in at the end to say thanks. You got to put it out there and vote on some of these questions. Every question you think of and don't ask, 10 other people were thinking of. That's what they used to tell me.
Everybody is so quiet.
All right. Well, thank you. Glad to see.
That was great. Thank you very much. And we shall see you next week, sir.
All right. You are all very welcome. We will see you later.
Toodaloo. Bye-bye.
Bye.